Good morning everybody and welcome to my channel. My name's Jen and this is Jen's Stitchy Corner where I talk about all things cross stitch. Today is Thursday the 29th of January and we're back here today with my 11th Flosstube. So welcome back if you are a returning viewer. I really do appreciate you coming back each time, and if you're new here today then welcome. I really do hope that you enjoy the projects I share with you. Thank you so much to all the Flosstubers as well that have mentioned the channel over the last few weeks. I really do appreciate it. So thank you so much. We will start with life news. There's not loads going on, to be honest. We are going into a really busy birthday month next month. I think we have about 6 birthdays next month in the family, and one of which is my son's 12th birthday. So busy birthday month. And the children are counting down now for half term, February. So I think there's only about 2 weeks and a few days left now. So they're on countdown for that and looking forward to that. And I do love it when they're home. We do love the holidays and time together. So really looking forward to half term. So we'll get straight into the stitching now. Finishes, I have 0. No shock there really, no finishes. New starts, I have 5. Some of those will have been on the winter stitching. If you haven't seen already, you're more than welcome to go and watch. I've just finished filming 16 days of winter stitching, and there is a playlist as well where you can just like Netflix can watch all the episodes. So I have set up a playlist for that one. So that's the 5 new starts, and I've been working on 11 whips. So there's quite a lot to show you this morning. So do make sure you've got your tea, a nice tasty treat, and your stitching, and get comfy because I don't know how long this is going to take to get through all of these. Okay, we're going to start with whips first. And the first one to show you is Blue Castle. I'll put a picture of what it'll look like here for you. This is by Pink Lily Patterns on Etsy, and I will link in the description box below if you would like to go and have a look at this design. It is a lovely one, isn't it? Here's a picture of where I was up to the last time, and I'll show you where I'm up to now. So it's in my bag from my mum that she made me a little while ago. I think this was her second bag that she'd made. So really pretty bag, and it's got lovely flowers in the lining as well. So really do love the bag that my mum's made me. And this is where I'm up to. So I've started working in on the left corner when I started this one and working across. So I've been carrying on in this section here, working across the row. Really like this method. I have done page finishes before on Alice, but I do like this new way of stitching. So I think this is the way I'm going to work on a lot of my projects. I like to get to the other side of the fabric. It just feels like I'm making good progress finding the other side with these big projects. So that is my plan. I do have some fill-in bits here. I couldn't find that colour last night. I've looked high and low, so I don't know what I've done with it. I may have to just buy another one. So that is my progress on Blue Castle. It was so nice to pick that one up. I haven't worked on that since full coverage February, and I wanted to work on that one and Dragon Race as soon as I finished winter stitching. It was like an itch I needed to scratch. I wanted to work on both. So last night I just split my time between the two. This one was started on the 3rd of November 2025 in full coverage November. I put in 200 stitches last night. So in total, I've stitched 915 stitches out of 202,500 stitches. That puts me at 0.45%. So I do want to get that one to 1,000 stitches at least. Really do hope it comes up in my full coverage February month. It's stitched on 18 count Ada. It's stitched 2 over 1 full cross, and there's 69 colours in that project. Next one to show you is All the Better to See You With. This is kept in a project bag from Sobe Bags, Pauline at Sobe Bags. Really beautiful, isn't it? This was the first project bag, which wasn't a plastic wallet type one that I purchased. Really do love this one. So do go and check Sobe bags out for their project bags. They are beautiful. So here's a picture of what it'll look like when it's done. And here's a picture of where I was up to the last time. And here is where I'm up to. It's a massive, massive piece of fabric. It's stitched on 18 count, this one. And this is where I've got to. It's getting harder to show on the camera. So I'll show you where I was working in on, and then I'll move it back so you can see the full piece. So hard to angle. So this is the section I've been working on along here. And this was my full coverage Friday piece, which was spun on the wheel this month. And I've really enjoyed working on this one. Hasn't had near enough stitches put into it. So yeah, that is where I'm working. I can't move my fingers over here because I'm holding the fabric. But yeah, that is where I'm up to. So there are some stitches to fill in at the top here, but I don't fill completely. I like to get to the other side and then come back and start filling in again. So, oh, I was going to show you the whole piece, wasn't I? So that is where I'm up to. I'm still up in the sky. Don't mind it because the blues are just so pretty in this one to work on. So once I've reached the end of the fabric, like I say, I'll move back down here and fill in the next symbol and work it down. So it's like a confetti sort of stitch. So I have to say, I really do enjoy the typewriter method. If you want to find out more, then go and see Stitchy Mummy's video. She talks all about it in more detail on her Flosstube. So that is where I'm up to on All the Better to See You with. This one is designed by Misty Walkup and charted by the Cross Stitch Studio. There's 118 colours in this one. It's stitched on 18 count 2/1 full cross, and I'm using CXC threads. It has had in 874 stitches. So that puts me at, in total I've stitched 3,951 stitches out of 553,575 stitches. That puts me at 0.71%. Next one to show you is Dragon Race Into the Night. Here's a picture of what it'll look like when it's done. This was my birthday start, and I actually started it on the 6th of October 2025, and there's a group of us that are stitching dragon pieces over on Instagram. You can still join us if you do have a dragon piece you want to stitch and join in on the chat. You're more than welcome to. Obviously mine's going to be one that I stitch for a very long time. So yeah, you're more than welcome to come over and join us. If you just drop me a message over on Instagram, I'll add you into the chat. Here's a picture of where I was up to the last time. And here is where I'm up to now. Just got to kind of wangle the fabric a little bit. Such a big piece, this one. So the needle minder is from Don't Step on My Needle. And I was gifted this for my birthday from my lovely friend Karen. Isn't it beautiful? It really does go well with the piece. So I've been working in again on the sky. So most of my projects are sky at the moment. And I've just really been using the one colour, I think, on this. And then I've got to go back in and fill in the gaps. So nothing exciting yet. We haven't got to any dragons, but I'm sure they'll come up soon. It's just nice to see it grow. So that is that one. I'm not going to take it out the hoop, but that's all I've done on Dragon Race. So that is another reason why I wanted to pick that one up. Really do enjoy working on it. The colours in it are beautiful, even just those blues. It's just so pretty to see. So Dragon Race Into the Night is designed by Rose Catherine Khan. It's charted by Paine Free Crafts. There's 120 colours in this one. It's stitched on 25 count 1/1 full cross. I'm using CXC and DMC threads for this one. So I've put in 200 stitches last night. So I split my time between the two projects. In total, I've put in 1,757 stitches out of 536,350 stitches, and it's at 0.33%. So really do need to get more stitches into that one. Really do enjoy working on it. Next to show you is the tea goddess. Here's a picture of what it'll look like. It is a lovely piece. I joined Ellie from the Stitching Bee on this one. She'd arranged a little chat group because there was quite a few of us that wanted to stitch it, and we started it around the 26th of August, I believe, last year, so 2025. Here's a picture of where I was up to on this. Now, I haven't put loads in, but I did want to get it moving. I did plan to do tiny Modernist Thursdays, and I've only managed to complete one Thursday of that. So I've decided I won't have that plan in place when I'm doing daily videos. It will be in between, because it's just too hard to fit anything else in all honesty. So this one is kept in an Amazon plastic wallet, nothing special with the project bag for this one, as I don't have that many project bags, to be honest. And here's where I'm up to on this one. Isn't it just a beautiful, beautiful design? So I carried in from the last photo that you've seen, I've just carried on filling in. I can't remember if the flower was there or not. I think it may have been. So I think it was more sort of a fill-in on this one. So the fabric was just an old piece that I dug out of my cupboard. So it's like quite a bright navy, I'd say, colour. And I was just in the hopes that the colours would pop. And so far they do look okay. So I'm quite pleased with the fabric choice. Just fancied something different to try. And yeah, that is where I'm up to on that one. So Tea Goddess then is stitched on 18 count bright navy Ada. Again, I couldn't tell you where it was from because I just bought it years ago. I'm using all the called for threads on this one. It's stitched 2/1 full cross. 14 colours in total on this one, and I added 196 stitches, and so far I've done 587 stitches out of 14,770 stitches. That puts me at 3.97%. So that is quite a lot of stitches for that one. 14,000, isn't it? I didn't realise how many stitches were in it. So I need to get a move on. Again, haven't even got that to 1,000. Maybe that should be my plan, to try and get all those projects that haven't reached the 1,000 stitch mark yet to 1,000 to get some good stitches in. So I'll have to think about that. Next to show you is Emerald City. This one I started as a stitch along on the 21st of January 2025. We are still working on it. We're on part 8 now. So if you would like to come over and join us and stitch this one, you're more than welcome to. The link for the Facebook group is in my description notes below. Just please do make sure that you answer the 2 security questions. There's one asking you what cross-stitch designer is your favourite. You don't have to put those in, just think of one. So I know that you're a real stitcher, and obviously the group rules. I can't let you in unless you fill those bits in. It is just for looking after everybody in the group, and making sure that real stitchy people are coming in and joining us. But it's a really lovely, friendly group. Everybody helps each other if anybody's stuck. So please do come and join us if this is a project for you. So here's a picture of what it'll look like when it's done. And here's a picture of where I was up to the last time. Now, I haven't done any stitching on the latest part to this one, which I plan to do over the next few days so that I'm caught up before I start my full coverage February month. So the next part comes out on Monday, and here is where I'm up to on this one. So I was working in on the Emerald City, and I finished part 7 now. So I am getting closer to being up to date. I've just got to finish the top section in of part 8 and I'll be up to date then. So I plan to do that over the next few days before I do go on to full coverage February. The needle minder is from Laura at Cotton and Clay. Isn't it beautiful? Perfect for the project. So this is the complete piece so far. I'll show it further back because it's just easier to show you. There we go, that's better. So yeah, it's coming along nicely. I have quite a bit of excess fabric here, but I wanted more just to be on the safe side. So I will cut that down and it can be used for something else, a small finish or something. I'll find something to work on for that. So Emerald City, I don't have any stitch count for this one because I've only just started using the Caterpillar cross stitch counter, and I haven't used it on Emerald City at all. So this is stitched on 18 count Ada by Coffee Craft Fabric. There's no name for her fabrics. She doesn't name them. I'm using DMC, Anchor, Madeira, sparkly threads, and also there's some Week Dye Works threads in there which I used on the Tornado and the Yellow Brick Road, I think. That's it. So in total there's 15 colours, 1 Krennic, and that's everything for that one. Next to show you is Snow Flurry by Caterpillar Cross Stitch. This is a sub box, and I'm using everything from the kit. So here is what it'll look like when it's done, and it really is a lovely piece. Sorry about the glare. It seems to give a bit of glare then, didn't it? The colours in this are so pretty. So that is what it'll look like when it's done. And here's a picture of where I was up to the last time. And here is where I'm up to now. So this was on my 16 days of winter stitching and came up on the wheel. So made some good progress. I've finished off all this section here with all the little snowflakes and detail. And I've finished the word snow. I think I just got to put the W in from the last time you saw this. So it really wouldn't take long to finish this one at all. I need to really pick it up and get it done. So I actually have a finish. The needle minder is from Caterpillar Cross Stitch. It was in their sub box. Can't remember if I said that already, so sorry if I have. So this one's stitched 2 over 1 full cross, and since the last time you saw this one, I put in 334 stitches, and there's 7 colours. Next we have Night of the Wolves. This is one of my favourite pieces and my oldest pieces, so I really do need to get on with it. And it's this beauty. So this is the DMC Born Free range, and that is what it'll look like when it's done. And here is a picture of where I was up to the last time you saw this one. Again, it's not in an exciting bag, it's just in an Amazon one, this one. So here is where I'm up to on my wolf. So I was working in this section here, and because this came up twice on my winter wheel spin. So I worked up here and then I moved down into this section and got to his eye and just really wanted to put that in, so he had his second eye in there. So it does look a bit odd at the moment. I do need to fill in here, but I was so pleased this spun a few times, and I do want it to be a focus piece perhaps in March as well. So that is the complete piece so far. I do need to come in and do the sky on this side as well, but that is all half stitch apart from the stars, like these bits here. They are full cross. And the needle minder is from Caterpillar Cross Stitch, and that came out of the advent calendar a few years ago. So let's just move that over here. I'm running out of room for everything, stuff everywhere. So this one is stitched 2 over 1 full cross, apart from the sky, which is half stitches. Also, there's backstitch in this one as well. There, I've put in 435 stitches, which was over this on the 16 days of winter stitching month, and there was 35 colours in this one. I can't tell you how many stitches are in total on this one because I didn't start at the beginning with my stitch counter. So some of them I will just be telling you how many I've stitched on that night. It's just nice to know how many stitches I'm putting in. So next we have Hello Dear, which is a Caterpillar cross stitch kit. And I purchased this one, I think the first retreat they did. I bought all of the trees. I'd already got the autumn one, and then I bought the other 3 at the retreat. So that is what it'll look like when it's done. Really nice, isn't it? Here's a picture of where I was up to the last time. And here is where I've got to. So I managed to put in and finish off my robin. So I'd filled in this section here. I think I'd finished the wing, and then I'd put his little feet in. So he's done. Hopefully I can get some more progress on this one. But with full coverage month looming, and then it'll be going into spring stitching, I'm not sure how many times I'll actually pick it up. So it may have to go back on the wheel for next year, which will be a shame not to get any more stitches in, but we'll see what happens on that one. So again, that was spun twice, I think, on the winter wheel last month. I'm using everything from the kit. It's stitched on 16 count Ada, 2 over 1 full cross. There's 219 stitches that I've put into this one, and there's 14 colours. So that is that one. Next we have Seasons Tweetings. I absolutely love this pattern. So this was a sewical box that I purchased. I'm not sure if you can actually buy this as a kit now. When I do my links later, if I can find it, I will link it for you. But I really do love this one. So yeah, that is what it'll look like when it's done. Here's a picture of where I was up to the last time with this one. And here is where I'm up to. So this one, I think only spun the once, and I just wanted to do something a bit different. So I started putting in the stems here for the flowers. So I've been working in on the flower here. So yeah, really nice to get working on that one. So this one was started on my Flossmas, I think, Flossmas videos. But I thought this was a nice winter piece as well. I think I could get away with winter and Christmas on this one. So really beautiful piece. The needle minder came with the sewical box, and it matches the design exactly. So that is that one. What info do I have to tell you about that one? So it is designed by Rendale. It's charted by Bothy Threads. I'm using everything from the kit. There's no stitch count on that one because I did that one before I used my counter, and there are 30 colours in that one, so quite a few colours. Next we have Crocetta Go-Go Winter Sampler. This was my daily stitch for 16 days of winter. Absolutely loved working on this piece. So I'll just get it out. The bag I've got is my first bag that my mum made me. And this I used to keep Alice in. And then I got an upgrade, which I did show on my 16 days of winter, if you want to go back and see it. I had an upgrade on my Alice bag, which actually you will see on full coverage February anyway. So Alice now lives in there. So I'm putting other projects in this. So it's got a bit of everything in here. And here is where I'm up to now. So this hasn't been shown on, well, it's been shown obviously on the winter stitching, but it's not been shown on my Flosstube videos. So that is my progress in total. I'll bring it in and then move it around a bit so you can see. There we go. So I'm in on the house at the moment, really enjoying it. And I was so pleased to get those little cute squirrels in there as well. So that is my progress on that one. I want to work on everything, but we just need extra long days. There's just not enough hours, is there? So that is that one. So I started this one on the 12th of January this year, 2026. It's stitched on 18 count Ada, and that is by Stony Bank Creations. I'll put Vicky's details from Stony Bank in the description box below if you do want to go and have a check out of her fabrics. I showed a beautiful purple piece on Monday's video for the winter stitching, so if you do want to see that fabric, do go back over to that video and have a look. It is beautiful. It's got opalescent running through it, and it's one that I'm going to use for a long dog. I'm not sure when I'm starting it, but it is gorgeous fabric, so do go and check Vicky's link out and see if there's a bit of fabric there that you'd like. They're just beautiful. It's stitched 2 over 1 full cross. I'm using DMC and anchor threads, and I added in 2,382 stitches in my winter stitching. There's 16 colours in total. And the last whip to show you before doing the new starts is my Sleeping Hare by Stitches So Beautiful. This was a new start on the 9th of January this year, 2026. So here's a picture of what it'll look like when it's done. Absolutely love this piece. And here's where I'm up to. And this is where I'm up to now. There we go. So I've been working on the top. So I started top left corner again. That is pretty much where I start the larger full coverages. And then the smaller ones, I tend to do a middle start. So I'd only done like a little square of it the last time you saw this. So I've managed to put all this in, and I've been doing roughly about 250 stitches a week to keep up with the sal that Stitches So Beautiful do quite a lot of the time, where if you stitch 4 times a week, minimum 250 stitches a week, you can be entered in to get the a free pattern at the end of the month. There's rules to it, and you must email them to say you're taking part and put photos of your progress in each week, and they give you days and times and things to submit that by. But I'm really enjoying it. So I am looking at the next one. I think it's like a Valentine's Day piece, which will be the next sal. So I think I might join that one as well, because I am loving stitching on this. It's keeping me motivated to get the stitches in, and it's just such a pretty design. So I think I will keep using this as my sal piece. So I can't remember if I said it's designed by Dutch lady Mystic Art over on Stitches So Beautiful, and it is called Sleeping Hare. I've put in, and it's stitched on 25 count Lugana. It's 1 over 1 full cross. So since starting the challenge, I've managed to put in 1,010 stitches out of 114,000 stitches. That puts me at 0.89%. I'm using CXC and Rose to Me threads for this one. And there's 109 colours. Now we'll move on to new starts. So the first one I'm going to show you is London Snowfall. I'll just get the picture out of the bag, and this is what it'll look like when it's done. I was gifted this from Lindsay at Stitching Magic 111 as a Christmas present, and it is just beautiful, isn't it? So yeah, really pleased to start this one. This came up on my wheel spin in the 16 days of winter stitching. So there won't be a before picture because this is a new start. And here is where I'm up to. So I've started on a middle start on this one, and I've been working in on the blue house that's in the picture. I'll just show you. So it's the middle one that I've been working on there, the blue one. And I've been putting in the decoration here, which is so pretty, but it is a bit confetti heavy, that part. But the house itself hasn't been too bad so far. So it is such a pretty stitch. The needle minder is by Lindsay at Stitching Magic 111. She has a Ko-fi shop over on Instagram, so please do go and check Lindsay's shop out. She has some beautiful needle minders to view, so do go and have a look. She releases new designs every month at the beginning of the month. I think. So yeah, it's certainly worth going and having a look over on her Ko-fi shop. It's 2 over 1 full cross. There's 33 colours and I've put in 360 stitches. So a nice start on that one. Okay, next to show you is Light Up Your Life. This one is designed by Lucy Pittaway and it's charted by Body Threads. I started it on the 21st of January for my 16 days of winter stitching. So here is what it'll look like when it's done. Lovely piece, isn't it? This was a Christmas present from my husband and I just love the colours in this. That is what drew me to the pattern. I love the thought of stitching the Northern Lights and this was just perfect for that. I have seen some other patterns that I like of the Northern Lights as well. So there's no before picture again because this is a new start. And this is where I'm up to. So that is my little start on that one. Really love the colours. There's not much to see yet. There's no real detail there yet, but yeah, that is my start. So that one, I used everything from the kit. It's stitched 2 over 1 full cross and I managed to put in 300 stitches on this one. And there's 26 colours. Next one to show you is Heart of Winter. This is by Little Dove Designs and I started it on the 14th of January for my 16 days of winter stitching. So that is what it'll look like when it's done. And I will show you how many stitches I actually put into this one. So let's just sort the fabric out a little bit. There we go. So that is where I'm up to on that one. I've done all of the trees to the end of the heart and then I've worked in on this detail here. Filling in between the hearts. It's so pretty. I can't wait for this one to grow a little bit more. So that is my start on that one. So this is stitched on 14 count Ada. I'm using everything from the kit. There's 360 stitches that I've added into that one and there's 11 colours. Next one to show you is Sheep Seasons by Lotus Lake Stitching. Here's a picture of the complete piece. Now I won't be stitching it as this, I will be stitching it as individual little small pieces. So this one is in the small, I can show you, this is the smaller Alice bag that my mum made me. I've got a bigger one for Alice. I forgot that this one is in this project bag. So really lovely. Okay. Now this one I do plan to try and get finished before I go on to full coverage February. Because I'm meant to be doing one a month and I'm failing already. I am so far behind. So that is my start on that one. So I've put the word January in. I've done one little snowflake and my snowman. I may put some glittery threads onto this at some point somewhere. I'm not sure. Maybe in the snowflakes, or I may put some beads in. I don't know. But yeah, that is my little start on that one. So this is stitched on 14 count. I'd say it's a pale blue Ada and it's 2 over 1 full cross. I'm using the called for DMC threads for this one. I've put in 303 stitches and there's 5 colours in this section of the pattern. The last one to show you is Blizzard Valley. And I started this one with the lovely Pam at Ditsy Daisy Crafts. We started this one earlier this week. And it's from the Max Pigeon book. If you haven't got this, you do need to go get it because it has got some lovely designs in it. I think there's only 1 or 2 that I wouldn't stitch, and that's because they're insects. I have no interest in stitching that, but this is the one that we're going to be stitching, and it is beautiful, isn't it? So that is Blizzard Valley. So I chose some sparkly fabric for this one, and it's the same fabric I'm going to be using for the Tiny Modernist sampler, which never came up on my wheel, so I plan to do that as a new start maybe this week as well if I can fit it in. So this is my progress on Blizzard Valley. I don't know if you can see the sparkle, I'm not sure. The lighting in here today is awful. I had all 3 ring lights on. I'm just going to move my light round to see if that helps. There we go. That's a bit better. So the needle minder is a Caterpillar cross stitch membership one for this year. I've just recently joined their membership, so the needle minder came the other day. And this is my progress so far. It's really pretty design. The blues in it are lovely. I do love a pattern with blue in it. So Blizzard Valley is stitched on Zweigart Snow Glitterator, and that's 14 count. I'm using all the called for DMC threads. It's stitched 2 over 1 full cross, and there's 315 stitches that I've added to this one. It is a paper pattern, so I'm using my little stitch counter for this one. And there are 10 colours in total. So very pleased to be working on that one. I just love the design. So that is all the stitching to show you today. I am just surrounded by whips on my table, on my chair. They're everywhere. So I have no haul to show you because I've already shown my piece of fabric that I had at the beginning of the week, as I said, on Monday. So if you want to see that, you're more than welcome to go back through the winter videos. It will be this Monday one that's just gone, which I think was the 13th to the 15th of days of stitching. So yeah, do go and check that out if you wanted to see that sparkly fabric. It is beautiful. So now we'll talk about plans. The main focus is obviously full coverage February for me. I am really looking forward to it. Working on my full coverages when the winter stitching ended, I just enjoyed it so much. So it will be so nice to get back to all my pieces. I have 2 new starts which will be going on the wheel, one of which is Foxy Christmas by the Cross Stitch Studio. I haven't started that yet, so really do hope that one comes up. And Moon Hare that didn't spin the last time was meant to be a new start, so I put that one back on the wheel again as well. I know a lot of you wanted to see that one started, so I thought I would save it again for this month. So here's hoping, guys, that the wheel spins that one. So that is going to take up majority of the month. I've decided not to do full coverage Fridays because it's pointless on a full coverage month anyway, because I'll be doing it anyway. So I won't be spinning my full coverage Friday wheel for that. I will continue to do that in March when this is all ended. And Tiny Modernist Thursdays again, I won't be doing that while we're on full coverage month. So yeah, that is the plan for February. So March plans, I hope to do some springtime stitching. I have the Caterpillar cross stitch spring tree that I haven't started yet, so that one hopefully will get some more stitches in. I want to get back to my bee project that I'm stitching with Lindsay from Stitching Magic 111, who I mentioned earlier. Haven't worked on that, so I do want to start stitching some brighter, beautiful bits for spring. I may do like a 16 days of springtime stitching. I'm not sure. That's something I need to think about. I haven't really put those plans in place yet. Night of the Wolves are actually, I'm going to make a focus piece as well for March, because I really do want to get that one as close to a finish as I can. So yeah, I need to really get on with that one. It is my oldest whip, so I want to get it completed and done. So yeah, that is everything plan-wise to talk about really for the next couple of months. So now we'll talk about Flosstubers. I've managed to watch 2 over the last sort of couple of days and try and catch up on a few. I'm watching a few of the whip parades, and oh gosh, so amazing, so enabling. As you guys probably all agree, they can be quite dangerous, the whip parades, can't they? So I watched Barina from Flosstube. Absolutely amazing first video. She's got so many beautiful pieces. She's a full coverage stitcher, and she has been working on a lovely Santa piece from Stitches So Beautiful. and she's got really good progress. Also, she's working on Stitching Shelf by Heaven and Earth Designs. I do keep looking at Heaven and Earth Designs. My very first pattern that I bought from them was the Stitch Along, and seeing everybody else's progress on some of the Amy Stewart pieces has really made me want to go and have a good browse, which is also dangerous because I've just found so many that I want to stitch. So yeah, do go and check Verena out. She's got an amazing channel. I will link the details for you below. And the second floss tuber to talk about is the lovely Carla, who's the Stitchy Witch. I will again link details below. And Carla's based in Scotland. Again, she's mainly doing full coverage pieces, and she's been working on some really beautiful landscapes, and she has some amazing progress on her whips. So it's certainly worth going and checking Carla out. So please do. And that's everything today. So thank you so much for watching. If you're new here today and have enjoyed the video, then please do all the YouTubey things like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. And also, if you do want to press the hype button for me, that would be great. That gives me points over on YouTube, which gets your videos seen more visibly, because they can go into little holes over there and be hidden. So people don't find you as easily. So that would be lovely if you can do that. And I will be back Sunday with my full coverage February. I really do hope that you're going to come along and join me. There will be some competitions each week as well, so that's exciting. So yeah, I do hope you're going to come over and join me for that. So take care everyone, happy stitching, and I will see you all Sunday. Bye.